Here they are. Taste delicious, look delicious, good recipe. We're gonna make egg rolls today. So what you're gonna need is you're gonna need some egg roll wrappers. This is a really fun meal to make. You can make it with the family, your kids, your husband, your wife, whoever, your friends. It's one of those meals that's kind of a family affair where you can all make your own egg rolls, and it goes a lot faster if you all kind of dig in and make your own egg rolls. So this is a really nice recipe because it's healthy. There's a lot of veggies in it, and it's also really fun to make. So I hope you're going to enjoy this egg roll recipe. We're going to start with some lean ground pork, and we're going to brown this meat first, and it's a pound of pork. Okay, we're going to brown this pork, ground pork, and we're going to put a little bit of salt in it, but not a lot. So while you're browning your meat, you can start cutting up your different vegetables. We're going to have ginger, fresh ginger, and it's going to be just a little of it. So we're going to shred that on a little tiny miniature shredder. It's kind of made more for ginger. And you don't want a lot of ginger, just a little hint of it. So I'm not even going to grate this whole piece here. I would say probably about a teaspoon of fresh ginger, or whatever you want, but I wouldn't do more than like 2 teaspoons, but about like that. And then you're going to chop up some cabbage, and the best way to chop cabbage up instead of using a grater is to use a bread knife, and what it does is it shreds it really well. The teeth on it shred it really well. And you're going to need, this is a really small cabbage, and so just a few cups of cabbage. And then we're going to cut up a couple of onions. You can use the same knife, or you can use a different one, since I'm already using this. Okay, and next what we're going to do is we're going to shred the carrots. That's our next step. So you're going to want to use the large grate on this, and what you do is it's real simple. You just grate this like that. And like I said, this is a family project. So you can have one of the kids, if you want, doing the shredding of the carrots. You can have someone else slicing the cabbage. But it's when you actually assemble the egg rolls that it's really more fun for everyone. So I'm going to shred these. So once your ground pork is browned, you're going to take your shredded lettuce and you're going to brown that in a little bit of olive oil. That's the only veggie that I cook on low for just probably 2 minutes, just so the cabbage on low can cook down a little, so it's easier when you fill the egg rolls, because this does cook down quite a bit. There's a lot of water in it. So that's what we're going to do just with the cabbage. Okay, our very last ingredient will be a clove of garlic that we're going to grate into the vegetables as well. 1 clove of garlic should be enough. like I said, that with the garlic and the ginger, you just basically want a hint of each. So this works out to be the best way to do it. And now what we're going to do is mix the ground meat together with all the veggies. Okay, so we're going to add the ground pork. And we have half the veggies on the bottom. And we're going to add the sautéed cabbage, not lettuce. I know I said lettuce by accident. And we're going to put everything together. And we're going to kind of mix everything together very gently. And then we're going to add some soy sauce and some sesame oil. So as far as measuring, I will on the description say what the measurements are, but it's going to be like 2 teaspoons of soy sauce, and I can kind of eyeball it. And like, well, I'm going to measure the sesame oil because it's a little stronger. I'm going to do a half of a teaspoon, and I have, this is a half a teaspoon of sesame oil. So I'm going to put that all. That's a very strong oil, so you don't need as much. And we're going to mix all this together. And I'm going to taste a little piece of the meat to make sure that there's enough of everything. And the reason I don't put a whole lot of salt in the meat when I'm cooking it is because the soy sauce has salt, and I just put very, very little, just a pinch. So I'm going to taste this, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I tasted this, and I had to add more soy sauce, and I had to add more sesame oil. So there's about 3 tablespoons of soy sauce in here, and there's about a teaspoon of sesame oil, and it tasted just right. I recommend that when you make this, you taste a piece of the meat to see if that's how you like it. And so that's the best way to know how much to put in, is what your taste tells you. So of course the meat is going to have to be, you know, diced up a little smaller. And what you want to do is you want to get yourself a little dish of water, and that's going to act as a paste with these wrappers. So I have 3 out here, and I'm going to show you how we do this. So you're going to take maybe 2 tablespoons of the mixture and kind of put it in the center, more close to the bottom. I'll show you, just about like this much. And you're going to have it in the center but closer to the bottom. So what you're going to do is you're going to take the first one over, and you're going to put a little bit of water on the corners, just like this, and maybe a little here. And after you do that, you're going to roll it like this, and take a little bit of water on the corners also, just like this, and you're going to flip it over, and it will actually stay there. It's like a paste, a natural paste. Some people use flour, but I find that the water works just perfectly. So there you go. There's your first little egg roll. And once you teach your kids how to do it, they'll be pros at it. So practice makes perfect. So again, we're putting like 2 tablespoons approximately of your mixture here, and you're going to do it kitty corner like this. And you're going to put one over, and then you're going to seal the corners like this. You can do it before or after you do this. Either way, it's going to still stick. So just like this, and then you're going to roll it like this. And like, you could roll it first and do this afterwards, however you want to do it, but they all come out pretty much the same. Just like this isn't as pretty as the other one I did. So here we go. And it's good to get like a little, make sure everything's mixed, but make sure you get plenty of veggies in here, you know, how you want them. So that's the first way you do it. And then the corners. And then you roll it. And some of them might look different than each other, and the kids might look different, but it's about having your end result all closed up like a little burrito. So that's how you assemble your egg rolls, and we're going to fry them. I fry them in peanut oil because it fries at a high heat, and so I'm going to show you that part now. So here's a plate of 5 egg rolls. I'm going to fry these now, and I'll show you how we do it. And your oil should be like at a medium high, not at a full high, but a medium high. So we'll put our first one in, and you can see how it's sizzling. And you can put about 5 or 6 in here. I'm going to put all 5 of mine. Okay, we'll check those in a few minutes. Okay, these are our finished egg rolls. They turned out a little darker the first batch, but you can turn your stove down a little if it gets hot faster than normal. What I'm finding lately when I cook hot oil, it seems to be burning at a faster rate than if I'm not using oil. So these turned out really good. I'm going to serve them with rice, and you can dip them in any kind of sauce. There's plum sauce, there's hot sauces, and there's soy sauce, and I prefer soy sauce. So I hope you're going to enjoy this recipe. Really crunchy, a lot of flavor. You can taste every bit of flavor all together. The ginger, soy sauce, sesame oil. It's really, really good. I would say this is as good, if not better, than restaurant egg rolls. I'm not kidding. You have control over what ingredients you want to put in and how much of them. These turned out fantastic. I think you're really going to like this recipe. I hope you enjoy it.